One of our favourite things to do on Talking Honey is to try and solve viewer problems. Consider our panel a row of agony aunts at your service. Today, we're discussing second-rate marriage proposals. Sarah emailed us and said, "My fiancé's proposal was really disappointing. I feel let down. All of my life, I had a dream proposal planned, and this was nothing like what I expected. How do I get past this?" Sarah, I feel your pain, but luckily we've brought in the big guns in the form of relationships expert John Aiken. John, Sarah may have met her dream man, but she's had a nightmare proposal. What's your advice to her?
Well, I'm going to say to Sarah that she needs to look at this in a different way. The bottom line is it is a big, big step to propose to someone, and her man has done it. At least she knows, OK, it wasn't a great one, but she knows he's committed, he's going to move it forward, and he wants happily ever after. I've heard so many people complain to me that they've been with someone for 10 years, 15 years, they're not proposing. Where do we stand? Sarah, you've got a man who's committed, he wants happily ever after. OK, he didn't do it great, but move on.
Wow.
That's a win, Tick. I love that.
Yeah, that's
It's all in the mindset,
That's
Shelley.
very firm. I completely disagree with you, but we'll get to that. Jane, do you think women put too much thought into what the proposal's going to be like?
100% I do.
Yeah.
And I have a really clear example of it from myself. I actually knew when my husband, hi Ash, was going to propose. I knew he was going to, but I didn't know the exact moment when. Because we'd talked about getting married, we had, a few things in the works, and then it was down to him to create the moment that he thought reflected us and was intimate and beautiful for us. He was never going to propose to me on the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I knew that. On top of that, that's not what I wanted. But I decided to just be open to whatever it was that he organised, because he'd organised it and thought it was beautiful. So I made that decision to go with it. He organised a weekend away, and the second he was like, "We're going away for a weekend," my little monkey brain went, "Oh, is he going to propose to me?" Oh. And then I instantly chose to put that aside, because if he wasn't going to propose that weekend, I was going to have destroyed a beautiful thing that he had made for us. So I went, maybe he will, but you know what? That's less important than the fact that he's made this beautiful moment for us. I should accept that for what it is and go on that journey. When he did propose, we'd already had this amazing weekend that I'd really enjoyed, and then he proposed and I was like, yay, it's
Cherry
beautiful.
on top.
It was a cherry on top. I chose not to set the bar up here, and as a result, what we got was very personal to us and absolutely beautiful. I might have done it differently if I'd had a plan, but I decided not to have a plan because I was going to set myself up for failure. Can you imagine? I would have been hot air balloons and pigeons and all this kind of, but what we got was incredible.
Yeah.
Joe, do you think that if your partner is going to propose to you, they should know you well enough to know what you want?
No, my experience is that they rarely do. I'm divorced now, but my ex and I get along really well, and I was pregnant when we sort of just went, should we get married? Yeah, probably we should get married. And so I bought my own ring, I booked the restaurant, I did all of it.
Yeah.
And then while we were driving there, I was like, oh, this isn't ideal. But then we went for a walk after the restaurant meal, and we went to this special place by the ocean that we like. And even though I knew it was coming, even though I'd organised it all myself and bought my own ring, the moment he went to do it, he got all shaky and teary. And suddenly, the world just sort of focused in on us, and it was this beautiful moment. And I think that if the man you love is asking you to spend the rest of your life with them, nothing else matters. And I know it sounds silly and cliche, but nothing else mattered in that moment. It actually was perfect, because he is a mess, he's disorganised, he doesn't think about things like that, but he has other strengths. So, yeah, it was perfect, but even though we're divorced.
You guys are all probably going to throw a bit of hate on me right now, but I think that I am very experienced and have a lot of expertise because I've been married twice. So I've had 2 proposals. I've actually had 3, whoops. But 2 of them, dreadful. One, drunk in a pub with our friends. No.
I felt that moment to me.
Fair moment, but also a bit peer group pressure proposal in front of everyone. The second one, drunk on a phone. Not ideal.
That feels a bit fair at the moment.
Alcohol.
So, with Darren, the love of my life, I stage managed that. But, that baby was organised. We were in Hawaii on a balcony. My family was there. I had designed the ring.
No, but see, this is you know that about
That's
yourself,
what I wanted.
right?
And I'd been so disappointed previously.
And he wasn't bothered by that.
No, but it is funny that I just go, John, am I too much of a control freak?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that. But thankfully your man goes with it rather than resists
Darren
it.
loves that about you.
But what's your advice to other control freaks like me? Should I have just taken away some of that expectation?
Well, look, I think it's important to be able to let go a little bit, but I think for you, that's not going to happen, Shelley.
That's right.
So I think
John
what you
knows me
do
too
is
well.
you choose wisely, which you have a man that is able to go with you, embrace it, and get the proposal that you're wanting.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what I want to hear from people is that they're actually making the step forward and getting out of that limbo and actually saying, I want forever after.
And
Just
there's
be
two
glad
of
they
you in a
proposed.
proposal. It isn't just what you want, it's what the person is capable of as well. Like, you have to know that about your partner. If you want them to know you and know what you want out of a proposal, you've got to be aware and know a little bit about them and what they're capable of as
Exactly.
well. I think
Yeah.
there's two people in a proposal.
And
to
not
be
in
fair,
life.
Darren did say to me I deserved a logie for my surprised face.
Yay!
Well, I mean, why didn't you propose to him? I mean, why does the guy
you
still
know
have
what?
to propose?
I am a strong feminist and I
Yeah.
did not want to do the
not
proposing.
going there.
I mean, if
No.
anyone would have done that, I would have thought it would be you because, you know, we're
Happy to
asking
hand
for
him a
equality
script,
here.
but not actually
And
ask
action.
myself.
Oh, jeez. I think
Funny,
yes.
huh? Is it?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm happy to say that that is a complete flaw in my
Yeah,
argument.
I wonder why more women don't take the initiative to do that. Is that dynamic still
Maybe
so
it's
set
changing.
that it's the guy who has to be convinced?
Guys, I was this close.
Were you?
I was this close to going, do you know what?
Yeah.
I can do this. Because we talked about it. We knew
Yeah.
we were going to get married.
Yep.
And he was like, I want to create this moment. And
Yeah.
I went, okay, you go with that. But I was this close to going, no, I got this, babe.
Yeah, like it's not emasculating. Like people still say that. Like, aren't you worried that you're taking away
I
his
think it
power?
might be a little
really?
bit. John, what do you think? Do you think
I
it
think
might
times
be?
are changing. I think people are doing it more and more, regardless of, you know, what they might have been doing in the past. Is saying, I want a relationship long term with this person, and I'm going to step up and into it.
There's no more weighty Katie. Like,
No.
I think it's less so.
Asky
you know?
Katie.
And I'm all for that. I mean, I think with dating nowadays, you've got to shake things up, and you've got to, you know, if you like something or if you're attracted to somebody, you've got to get on the front foot.
Over communicating. That's what I found because I'm back on the dating market. I'm 45. I was married forever since the time I was like 20. And I'm out there now and I've found you've got to over communicate these days because you don't want to waste each other's time.
Yeah.
Because we're all busy and we've all got kids. We're like, are you into me or not? Not. Okay, great, I'm moving on. Like there's so much communication. So I reckon it'll be like, should we get married? Yeah, okay. And then it happens the following weekend and it's all just, you know, just get it done. Get it done.
well, I love to disagree with you all. You can see more segments like this at 9honey.com.au, or if you have a question for this very panel, please email us 9honey@9.com.au.